Hi Gemini, welcome to Crazy Sexy Spiritual. Today I'm going to be doing your What They Aren't Telling You May 2020 reading. In this reading, it's going to get a little more in depth. It can get a little uncomfortable because can be like a harsh truth and uncomfortable truth. So if you want to hear that, then stick around, and you're welcome to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I will be doing the main spread from the Sexual Magic Tarot. I'll be clarifying with this other sexual deck. I apologize, I don't remember what the name of this is. Then I will be pulling oracle cards from a sexual oracle deck, followed by Twin Flame Shadows. And then at the very end, if you stick through to the end, I'll be pulling from two separate decks, Twin Flame Messages, which is kind of nice because it wraps up the reading. If it is an uncomfortable truth or a harsh truth, these can be like heartfelt, sweet messages to you. So in this reading, I am talking to you, Gemini, but feel free to switch it around if it fits the other way, okay? Because energy is fluid, and make it fit how it fits. Don't force it. Also, you can watch your sun, moon, and rising for more details. I think that's everything. I can't believe I skipped you guys. I was just going through which signs I need to record today, and I'm going in my head which ones I put up, and I'm like, wait a second. I totally skipped Gemini. So you're first today. I apologize. And if this is your story, please share down in the comments. I've been getting people coming over to my Instagram actually and messaging me there asking for readings or telling me like, oh my gosh, this is my story, which is always exciting. So I don't know if it's just people feel uncomfortable putting their like business out there in the comments for people, but it's fine either way. I'm gonna cut the deck. Now I have Lilith in the 8th house. Lilith in the 8th house, if you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But this is the kind of readings that I really enjoy doing. It's getting like to what's really going on in a situation or an issue. Some people like to hear like the harsh truth, the things that are uncomfortable. I'm one of those people. Other people don't like that. You know, they'd rather live like ignorance is bliss. Right away, I cut the deck and I'm going to pull your cards. And on the bottom, we have Justice. So you could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. Also, in this deck, I don't use the traditional meaning of tarot because this deck is not based off of the traditional meaning of tarot. It has its own system that it goes with. So when I say 8 of Cups or whatever, and I pull the cards, it's not traditionally what the 8 of Cups means unless I get the feeling from the card that that is additional information for the reading, okay? So the first card out is the 8 of Cups, and in this deck it means bashful. The second card out is 2 of Wands, nearness, and the third card out is the 6 of Wands, touching, with Justice on the bottom, which means meeting. Okay. I keep hearing that there's an Empress situation in here, but she is not out here yet. Okay, this is just my intuition is jumping the gun here. But let me feel into this. Give me a second. Okay, so Gemini, what somebody isn't telling you is that they want to meet up with you, and they're feeling really shy about communicating with you, that they want to have this closeness with you, okay? This almost feels to me like somebody wants to come together for like a booty call. Somebody wants to get close to somebody because they want physical touch. They want to connect with this person. There's sexual chemistry there. There's passion there. There's fire there. This person feels close. Like there's this excitement, you know, like this new excitement. or somebody's wanting to feel that newness again. I'm going to start pulling cards from here to clarify. Gemini, somebody might not be telling you that there was like some kind of connection with somebody where it never really got to the next level, but it like started, like the spark started, the connection started. If there was anything physical, I'm feeling like it was just like making out or like fondling, that kind of stuff, but never actually made it to like having sex. This could have been while somebody could have been dealing with a legal situation, or somebody was away in jail, or somebody was like away like in separation. There could be some kind of uncomfortable truth that's going to come out about this situation. But to me, it feels like it was just like flirting and stuff like that, and it never actually got too physical, okay? They may have met up with this person to have dinner with them, to go dancing. They could have went out on like a picnic or some sort of outside, like some kind of date outside in nature. I'm feeling like there was a lot of communication back and forth. Text messaging and stuff like that, like maybe social media. There could have even been pictures being sent back and forth. Okay, the first card out to clarify, we have the Ten of Swords. This to me feels hidden or sneaky, like these people are having sex in the bushes. So Gemini, what they might not be telling you is maybe you're aware that there was this connection that they had with somebody else while there was separation or some kind of legal situation happening. They had this new spark with somebody, but they only told you that it went as far as like making out. They might have touched and fooled around a little bit, but they didn't have sex. And maybe they did actually have sex and they're not telling you that. Because the man here, he's hidden, you know, his face is hidden and she's exposed. So it could be the masculine energy is the one who is lying about what actually happened, not telling the whole truth. I'm also getting, Gemini, they aren't telling you that they probably spent a lot more time together than you think they did, or that you know that they did. Because I'm feeling like there's a lot of like hanging out together, a lot of dating, a lot of doing stuff together. Maybe justice is showing up here because this truth is going to come out, because I felt that there is some sort of uncomfortable truth that's going to come out. Now we have the Wheel. You guys, this picture. This can be an ending, but this also feels to me for this reading that it's some sort of like roles reversed, or things becoming balanced, like the scales were balanced. Because for this Justice card here, she is holding the scales, but it's not it's not what this traditionally means. It means it's a meeting, like a getting together or meeting up. Maybe it's not telling you, Gemini, that they're wanting to meet up with this person or see this person, or something like that. There could have been like, if they didn't have sex, like straight up sleeping together, maybe they just had oral sex with each other, because this card here, the people are 69ing on the card. But there's also people watching. Let's see what else came out. Okay, so now we have the Hanged Woman, and in this card there's, I'll show you, oral. She's receiving and she's giving here. This could also mean that, Gemini, they aren't telling you that they're it's like reminiscing about this connection. Or they're seeing it from a different point of view now. Because this can be ending, and then a new perspective. So they could just not be telling you that they have a new perspective on things after things ended with whatever this was that started, and I feel like it never really progressed further. We have the Two of Cups now, and this card always makes me feel like in this deck that like this man, he can't handle it. You know, she's on top of him and he just looks like it's too much, like he can't handle it. And maybe that's what they're not telling you, Gemini, is something was too much. They couldn't handle something. We have the Tower. Gemini, there's a lot of endings here. This could be an ending, Gemini. And if this hasn't happened yet, or they're just thinking about it, they're wanting to go back to whatever this was that started and it never went further. It just feels like it was easier. Now we have the Page of Swords. Now I'm feeling like whoever was the female, how can I explain this? This could involve children, but whoever was the female in the situation where it never progressed further than just hanging out, dating, maybe making out, whoever was the woman in that situation, I hope I don't lose you here, she was more interested than the man, or the masculine energy. The feminine energy was more interested. Because these two cards, the Tower and then the Page of Swords, it just feels like she is like coming after, almost like pursuing, like she would be the one pursuing. Okay, now we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, so this feels to me like this was something that happened quickly and ended quickly. And now this woman, the one who was like way more about it, the one who was pursuing, the woman that I'm talking about right now, guys, I just want to say it could be the man if he's more feminine than the woman, okay? If his feminine energy is stronger. So you'll know how it applies in your situation. but whoever this is like the third party person. The person who somebody started something with quickly and ended quickly, and they were more excited about the connection than the other person was, and now they're not happy about it. Because it feels like it's started quickly, ended quickly, and somebody was really like, the sparks were there. They thought the sparks were there. And I keep getting this feeling of like what goes around comes around. In this card too, where she's like so focused on him for this tower, the way that his face is, it just seems like to me like he's just passing time by. You know, his eyes are closed, his head's back, he's just relaxing. She's so focused on him. You know, it could be that he was just, he was bored and he was just trying to like have something to do, but he wasn't as interested. Somebody just feels caught off guard about something ending really quickly. We have a lot of swords here, so there's a lot of air sign energy, Gemini. It could have been another air sign. It just feels like somebody's really conflicted about it. Now we have the Four of Wands. So this could have something to do with like a family or a home situation, or this was short-lived for whoever this person is who's not happy, because their happiness, their Four of Wands, was somewhere else. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so right away this card just makes me feel like somebody was just in the connection for money, financial reasons. Somebody here was more attracted to the money than the person. Is there anything else that they aren't telling Gemini? I'm also feeling now from her, there's some sort of jealousy with this woman. Is there anything else for Gemini? My last pass with this deck, and then we're going to move on to these sexual cards. Okay. Now we're going to get into the good stuff. If you're still here and you have not given this video a thumbs up or subscribed, please do so. Okay guys, so I'm just going to warn you now. This gets a little graphic. That doesn't bother me. It does bother some people. These are going to be really sexual messages that are about to come across. And some of the pictures, okay? Also, each card has a zodiac sign on it, so it'll give you more details about who could be involved. I know some people really like to hear the signs, so we'll have some of that coming up for you now. I'm still feeling like there's this Empress here, but she's not showing up. I feel her though. And maybe she's not here because that's the jealousy I'm feeling from this woman, is like, this is the third party coming through here. That might be relevant for some of you guys. Okay, what else aren't they telling Gemini? What did I say? I told you I felt like there was someone here, and I think it's this woman I'm feeling who maybe was just more into the man here, but they're not connected anymore. Devoted, a faithful lover, romantic in bed with lots of affection, traditional beliefs. This is Scorpio energy, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio. But I'm definitely feeling this. One person was way more in it than the other. We have anywhere, sex outdoors, sex any place, anytime, anywhere, unplanned sex, Sagittarius. Daredevil, risky sex behaviors, sensation-seeking pursuits, the next thrill, sex deviation, Aries. There's a lot of pictures and images I feel like that are giving, you know, oral. Interesting, guys. I'm also getting from this card here, somebody drank a lot or like partied a lot. Oh, okay. Hold on. We have a card flipped over in the deck too. So we have freedom. It says exploratory sexual activities for fun, sex that lowers your vibration, strip clubs, sex parties, sex games. Leo. Okay. Could have been dealing with a stripper. Could be. I'm also getting somebody who just had their freedom and was having fun. And somebody fell a lot harder than the other. This also feels to me like that partying I was picking up on, like getting this feeling of somebody like going out a lot, like in the bar, drinking a lot, at the club. So this could be a person who went out a lot, went out a lot, partied a lot, drank a lot, was open to like sleeping with lots of people, had that carefree, you know, whatever. And then they met someone and they thought this was going to be something more than it was. And it ended. It's so weird though. I keep feeling here that, like, where's this Empress at? And I keep feeling like there could have been like a baby or a pregnancy or I don't know. Maybe I'm just picking that up from somebody who's watching the video. Or maybe the Empress I'm feeling is going to be watching this video and you know about this situation. Like you were separated and the person you were with went and started like hooking up with someone new, but you guys are back together and maybe you don't know about all these details or something, but you had a baby or you got pregnant or something. This card flipped over in the deck. It says mechanical. Lover does not associate sex with feelings. Mechanical sex, wanting to keep a detached energy. I'm adding energy there because that's how I feel. And this is an Aquarius card. So you could be involved with an Aquarius. This could have something to do with an Aquarius. There is a lot of swords here. So this is someone who just wants to have fun, like with this freedom card. Go out, have fun, have sex, party, drink, all those things, have sex with people. Doesn't mean they want to be in a relationship with you. They just are trying to get off. There's no feelings. Like it was just a means to an end. which feels very air sign too, you know, like it's funny, it's Aquarius, because, you know, either they can be way in their head when they're having sex, so it kind of prevents them from it because they just have too many thoughts. So it makes them feel insecure, or they just have it and it just don't mean shit, you know? And maybe they're partnered up with someone who, you know, can't understand, because for them having sex means everything. Like if you're having sex with me, we're together, we're in this relationship, you know, they thought it was something it wasn't. What else aren't they telling Gemini? Mechanical sex, like that doesn't sound fun. Maybe they aren't telling you that sex isn't fun. It feels like a scheduled sex or something, you know, like making time, like planning it, like it's not spontaneous. Then we have romance. Romantic sex, sexual intimacy, creating an emotional bond, friendship to the next level, and this is Cancer. So this feels conflicting to me. So maybe this is sex with somebody was meaningless, and then this sex with this somebody else was everything. Here's more pictures that make me feel like outside energy. Then we have lustful eyes, intense physical attraction, a lot of sexual subtext in conversations, a lot of flirting, Capricorn. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot of things from this card. Let me show you. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. Also, I'm getting, when I look at this card, like there's some kind of connection here. Maybe it's with this Empress that's not showing up here, but where like you keep eye contact with the person the entire time you're talking. You know, sometimes you look down, look up, look at it. This is like, no, I'm really into you. Like I'm staring at your soul. You feel that? You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of like, you just want to keep your eyes on them. And this also goes back to in the beginning of the reading when I was saying I was feeling that like there was a lot of communication happening, okay? A lot of texting, a lot of pictures, it could have been like beams, gifts, like there was just a lot of interaction that way. And maybe it's this woman that's here that she felt this way, this intense physical attraction. Now we have secrets. It's passive-aggressive behavior, fears of being judged. Something about their sex life is being kept hidden. Scorpio. Gemini, maybe they're not telling you that this whole situation that I'm talking about right now, like, was more than they made it out to be. Like, they may have just told you, like, it was just this innocent thing, this and that and the other, but really, there was a lot more happening behind the scenes than you're aware of. And it's like, I don't know if they'll ever tell you. Because not only is this person's face covered, like they're wearing a mask, you know, they're hiding something, but it's like, I feel like she's going to a funeral. Like, this person's going to take it to their fucking deathbed. Like, they do not want to talk about it, which is interesting because there's a lot of swords on this table. There's a lot of air sign energy on this table. There was a lot of communication happening somewhere, but I don't think it's with you. They're not telling you. This communication was not with you. Then we have love story. It's getting to know each other, exploring sexual boundaries, dating. Cancer. So Gemini, they're another Cancer card. Could have been dealing with a Cancer, but same thing. We talked about this earlier. Getting to know each other, dating. I was feeling like there was lots of dates going on, like lots of going out together. And exploring sexual boundaries. Like, to me, this is like, you know, something started. Something definitely started. I feel for most of you, this is going to be something where it started, but it never got to the end point here. Or like if they were, it was a lot of oral sex or something happening, not like actual having sex. Or if they did go to have sex, I'm feeling like it was like something happened, like it got awkward and it just didn't happen. Because there's a lot of swords here. So it just feels like it's in the head, like somebody was in their head a lot about this connection. You know, there's not a lot of cups, there's not a lot of fire. And that's that robotic, what was that word? No, mechanical card. Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? That's a lot. I'm going to read them all quickly and then I'll move on because I'm at 31 minutes already. All right, fleeting. Short-lived passion, one-night stand, rush of adrenaline producing a false sense of love. Could be dealing with Aries. I think we had Aries out here before. One-night stand, I'm telling you, it was something that feels like it started quick, ended quick. It picked up quick and then it stopped quick. Like it was all exciting to start it and then something happened that made it not, it didn't go to the next level. Then we have composed. Plain old ordinary sex, basic sex position, lover holds back due to insecurities, Libra. Could be dealing with a Libra, another air sign. And Libra and Aries are opposing on, you know, like the zodiac wheel. We have the wheel here. I don't know why I feel like that's needed to be said. I don't usually feel like I need to say that when I see that. Now we have eliminating quantity to quality, cutting off distractions to focus on one lover, not focusing on new sexual conquest. This is Gemini energy, okay? It's here again. This to me, you know, another air sign. We got some knives here. It feels like it started and stopped. It started quick, stopped quick. Somebody cut somebody off to focus on one person. And maybe this person just isn't the type of person to sleep around, but I feel like somebody else in this connection is that kind of person. Oh my goodness. Am I really going to read all these? I'm going to. For you guys, because they're here. So you better give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, okay? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more cards, and I didn't even get to these 3 other decks yet. Okay, foreigner. Sexual encounter during a trip, lover from a different country or religion, trip with a lover. Capricorn energy. So this could mean a lot of things. This could be somebody who's just very different from them. They could have went on a trip with them. They could have traveled with them. They could have traveled with them and had sex with them. They could be like 2 completely different backgrounds. One could be more spiritually it's not advanced, but more spiritual, and the other one's not. This feels to me like it could be opposites attract too. This also feels to me like when I got the Knight of Pentacles out earlier, this also feels to me like somebody made a lot more money than the other person. Pay attention to the red flags. This could be the reason that this started and stopped very quickly. Here we go, cyber sex. Virtual sex encounter, watching porn during sex, recording a sex encounter. More air energy. This is another Libra card. So this could have been something that happened that they didn't tell you about. It could have been like FaceTiming, phone sex, sending sexual pictures back and forth, nudes back and forth, and all of the above. Now we have Fantasyland. They fantasize about you often. Sexual fantasies they wish to share with you. Relationship illusions. More Capricorn energy. So to me, this is very unclear. This card feels very unclear to me with all that smoke and steam, like somebody wasn't seeing clearly. a situation. And even though this says here sexual fantasies they wish to share to you, it kind of feels to me like, no, they're keeping this all to themselves. Like, self-conscious, negative self-image, not feeling good enough in sex, fear of disappointing. This is Virgo energy. Now we're getting a lot of earth popping out here. That feels about right with all this air here. Lazy lover, no initiative from a lover. They let you do all the work, not highly sexual. More Capricorn energy. Yeah, there's a lot of earth coming out right now. This to me feels like somebody who's just not interested. All the way back to here, like, you know, just with the Tower. Just kind of like, that's how I feel about it. Wasn't really trying to have a sexual connection. It was more of like someone to hang out with or to talk to, or almost like they just liked all the attention and the texting and the flirting. Like they enjoyed that part, but the whole like thinking about actually, you know, having sex was like, I don't know about this, but somebody was like really pushing for that and somebody else was not there for that. Trapped, sexual blockages, fear of leaving a lover, wanting another lover but feeling trapped with the current partner, Sagittarius. That one just hurt. They're not telling you that they feel trapped. Last one, dirty sex, more air energy, another Libra. It says the dirtier the better, lots of bodily fluids everywhere, juices, and anything dirty turns them on. More oral innuendos here, I'm feeling like. I'm telling you, somebody here, Gemini, they've had oral with somebody and they're not telling you. So take this how it feels, because I'm getting a lot of messages from this. This could be somebody, this could be about who, like, this to me feels like if there is a current partner, this trapped energy, I somehow feel like this goes here. Okay. Gemini, my goodness. Illusions on the bottom of the deck. The fantasy is better than the reality. Expecting great sex only to be disappointed. All talk but fall short. Pisces energy. Could be dealing with the Pisces. That's what I'm saying. All talk, all this communication, all this air, all this stuff happening, but the reality is not as good as the fantasy. I'm going to now pull some Twin Flame Shadow cards. And then I will be pulling the messages. It's so crazy because this almost feels to me like, I know a lot of readings, like you get a lot of cross watchers. People want to know what's going on with the person that they're with or whatever. But to me, this feels like I am reading for the cross watcher. I don't normally get that. Like this would be somebody watching because they're with a Gemini or something like that. I don't know. If you're here and you're a cross-watcher, put your hands up in the comments. Put your hands up. Okay, what else aren't they telling Gemini? I'm now getting something about like a cycle. This could be a cycle with somebody, like a back and forth. So thirsty all of a sudden. Distant. Okay, so there could be distance between or they aren't telling you that they feel distant or that this person is distant from them. We had foreigner out here, could live in another state, another country, could have to travel over a body of water to get there. This connection is just dead, or they're not telling you that they feel like this is something that's so far from their mind, which seems like weird to say since there's so much air energy here, but guarded. Both of these cards have a skull. So somebody went through a transformation, they're not telling you about it. What else aren't they telling Gemini? Power. They could not be telling you that somebody feels like that they have power over them. Or somebody is doing magic, Gemini, because let me just say, this woman that I feel here, I just feel like she was really, really into this, and somebody's not. So she could just be like giving her power away because she's holding on to this connection, for one. She could be doing everything that she can to try to have it. Love spells, stuff like that. What else aren't they telling Gemini? Haunted. And non-action. This card, we have another butterfly that was out here with this skull. Oh my god, I need a drink. Somebody was emotionally hurt here. Did I just see a card flip over? No. Okay, what else aren't they telling Gemini? They just could not be telling you that they felt really like they had an emotional connection with this person. Or, which feels weird to say because there's not a lot of water here or wands, but maybe they were in a really low place emotionally when this happened. They were going through some kind of transformation when this happened, which is why it was like all this stuff happening mentally, and they just weren't really in it. Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? Invading. They could just be spying, stalking, checking up on this connection because disconnected. So yeah, I don't feel like there's anything happening here, but somebody does check up on somebody, is curious about somebody. Somebody still feels a strong connection, but there isn't one, okay? Is there anything else that they're not telling Gemini? Lust. Ooh, this one. They're not telling you, Gemini. Somebody's lusting here. They could feel like they have this power over them. Anything else that they're not telling Gemini? It's gonna be my last pass. All right, moving on. Okay, I have to say this because I looked, okay? The bottom of the deck is self-indulgent. Look at that. Look at that beast. This could, to me, feels like somebody is drinking. Like somebody's overindulging. Okay? Now I'm going to pull some messages from the Twin Flame decks I have right here, and then we're going to wrap this up. This is a nice way to end the reading because this can hurt, you know? But we grow from pain, right? The truth hurts. But you know what hurts more than the truth? Lies. And here I am. Because that is the way I feel about life. Tell me the truth hurt me. Okay, I can deal with it. Let me find out you're lying to me. We have a real problem here. Okay? If you're still here and you have not given this video a thumbs up or subscribed, what are we doing? Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? Let's lighten this up a little bit, okay? Oh. Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? Is there anything else that they're not telling Gemini? Ooh. Is there anything else that they're not telling Gemini? Come on. Seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. Feel that one. Is there anything else that they're not telling Gemini? I wish I could take back the things I said. Is there anything else that they're not telling Gemini? It's going to be my last pass with this deck. Didn't want to come out. Can't force it. This is the last deck, Gemini. Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? There we go. I thought about reaching out to you, but then I stopped myself. Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? Is there anything else they're not telling Gemini? I'm still trying to find myself. Okay, that makes sense with all these cards that had all the distance here. We just had a bunch fly out. Okay. It says, I just got sidetracked. My back is hurting. Okay. I will come back for you. I'm afraid to take that next step right now. I feel too much pressure right now. I need to go my own way for a while. Maybe somebody's going to be leaving the area or traveling or going away somewhere. Maybe going away to jail. We had justice coming out on the bottom of the deck at the very beginning of the reading. Is there anything else you aren't telling Gemini? Last pass. Okay, we have, it's really hard for me to open up. And karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. This is how I felt way back in the beginning of the reading with the wheel. Remember I was saying it feels like that feeling of what goes around comes around? Like something being balanced out? Like there was a lesson here that had to be learned, but it only could be learned between like a situation repeating itself, but Like if someone did something, for example, if someone cheated on someone, it was like in order to make the karma or the scales balance, the other person had to cheat, and then it balanced things out. And now they're dealing with that, and then they know what that felt like and all those things. They're learning lots of lessons here. Okay, Gemini, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this reading and you didn't give this video a thumbs up, please do that. It helps me connect to your energy the next time I do a reading. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.